Hi, my name is Alexa Guerrero. I will be presenting my capstone 2. I decided to title my capstone La Manik de Quetzalcoatl. My capstone explored my internship experience through creative self-inquiry, ancestral connection, and active re-indigenization. La Manik means blue hand, and it is a Mayan hieroglyph that was assigned to me on my date of birth. I had two sites during my internship, and I wanted to go over my first site. Here, it is in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I saw clients from the ages of 13 years old to up to 75. Individual and groups is who I saw. And the presenting problems I saw were anxiety, ADHD, depression, grief, PTSD, CPTSD, miscarriage, and sudden infant death syndrome. Basically, it was almost anything under the rainbow regarding diagnoses was seen in this agency, as it was a behavioral health agency. So I really gained a lot of experience here, seeing individual and having a consistent group. This also was a site that I started in practicum and decided to stay. My second site was at El Paso, Texas, named Clarity Counseling, Consultation, and Wellness. Here, my clients range from 8 years old to 72 years old. I see individual and held a group. Here, the presenting problems were anxiety, ADHD, AUDHD, depression, CPTSD, postpartum depression, substance recovery, and addiction. Here, I learned some new diagnoses and how to work with these clients. But really, here is where I really stepped into re-indigenizing myself and my practice due to the location, but also their goals as a private practice. So this really allowed me to blossom a little bit more into myself. Um, uh, re- like I said, my process was about re-indigenizing my practice and self, and I'll probably be saying that a few times. And how I wanted to was explore and nurture my lineage and how this affects my practice. The self-inquiry was altruistic at its base and transformational in process. And the intention behind the capstone was to feel really more at home with my ancestry, to explore the peril of, like I used to say, decolonizing my practice, but now I changed it to re-indigenizing and embrace the gifts and strengths of my lineage. More importantly, I felt this inquiry served me to really nurture the indigenous and magical parts of me. This exploration encouraged a personal journey to foster further confidence, authenticity, and shamanic self-care. My process was intuitive nurturance, clairvoyance, shamanic principles, and responsibility. I journaled with the tarot and oracle card pulling. I had a Mesoamerican oracle to really tap into my indigenous roots. I had bath rituals. I had cord cutting that I did with myself, but also even with clients. In practice, I had transition space cleansing before and after my sessions, sometimes also during sessions if with my clients if we had traditional work that we had to do together. So now I will go into a little bit more specifically what was done, and these are my rituales ancestrales with myself, but also with my clients. So as we're art therapists, I really was using tools obviously at hand to me with the journal, the card pulling, but I really wanted to go deeper and really connect with my ancestors. And so I created objects to help aid in that and create truly ritual pieces. And these ritual pieces were creative intuitively, kind of a spark in the moment, and they really aided in having presence with myself, reflection, clearing, and really empowering. Really truly me and my beliefs, but also the belief in my work and what I wanted to carry forward. My mission, my artwork is a synthesis of active transformation and being a healer therapist. In my culture, you are chosen and fated when you embark the path, the curar, to heal. My capstone process was one of advocacy, representation, and really reclaiming inherent wisdom and intuitive magic, especially in a westernized practice. The mission to decolonize, or should I say re-indigenize my practice, was really the focus, really my mission here. The vision that I had was this capstone process was to nurture myself and become authentic in spirit, body, and mind. And that self-care really truly became crucial in my internship and my capstone more than ever because of the energetic transference process alchemization that occurs in session. Being aware and part of this fourth dimensional occurrence, I was learning to see myself and envision my becoming a curandera art therapist. So I brought here with me the Huitzilopochtli fan. I will have my artwork with me as I talk and present. So Huitzilopochtli is the hummingbird of the South. He's known as the blue hummingbird, and he's a deity of like sun, war, sacrifice. But also hummingbirds are known as messengers of good intention, their joy. They're also seen in my culture as spirits of fallen soldiers, as their metallic um, colors represent armor. I really associate Huitzilopochtli as a wounded healer archetype because, as fierce a god as he was, his birth was traumatic, as he was shunned for his conception and just being himself. As a person of color and indigenous to this land, I saw a lot of parallels with this deity, and which is why I explored with this deity in this capstone. My name also is Alexa, means protector of people, and Guerrero means warrior. So there was a lot of lineage exploration and how this self-care really became crucial to explore with Huitzilopochtli. Huitzilopochtli allowed me to practice cleansing as I wasn't going into battle, right? But I was going to be in the same room with a lot of energy with mine and my clients. So this is very important to have cleansing work. So Chimali was a ritual oil that I had, which means shield. And this was kind of just mindful awareness and self-care practices and preparing body and space. Palo Santo, Mist, Copal Enses were important in between and during sessions for clearing energy, but also to provide protection for myself, intuitive and authentic communication. Again, not only for myself, but really also for my clients. So this really was going in hand for both of us. And I felt really, how can I word this? Like I felt responsible in doing this. Huitzilopochtli fan was the self-care. So this fan was mainly used to move the copal essence um, while I was doing my ritual baths. And sometimes it was just like a smoke bath to clear my energy through smoke if I didn't have time to do a water bath. But almost every night I would do any of these baths, or actually both of them. I also bless the water with intention to heal and to really replenish me and rejuvenate me, just really wash the day away and any energies that I was carrying. I also had magnesium salt, I had Dead Sea salt, I had all the elements of the earth with me so when it came to clearing. The next object I would want to present is that this Kalipoka wand, which is reflection and shadow. The wand's tip is made up of obsidian. The wand was a tool I created to create boundary awareness between my personal and professional emotions and internship experience as a whole. It was the most difficult of the tools to create because this tool seemed to command security and authority, and that was actually something that shadow work really is really hard to find sometimes those feelings. This Kalipoka means smoking mirror, and I use this process and his namesake in my shadow work. Obsidian is a fragile, piercing, sharp stone forged under immense pressure and heat, and it reflects truths and fears. My internship experience reflected my trials and pain to alchemize and heal alongside my clients, and so I could hold space for us all. And that's what's most important is like we're humans treating humans. We're spiritual beings treating spiritual beings. And that was something that, as a channeler, sometimes it's not really us to remove the ego. I'm not the one doing the healing work. I am simply just a channel of a divine, and I'm here sharing this energy that I'm able to transmute. So I really felt humbled, and also this awareness as well. Tezcatlipoca practice. So for my capstone, Tezcatlipoca really encouraged me to really dive deep. And so this is where sorcery, which is also a deity of sorcery and magic, this is where I nourished and sharpened my intuition and truth by really diving deep into the cards and exploring their meaning before I looked up the meaning. So a lot of the times I was actually right on, so that was actually pretty cool. But also this shadow work really, I felt the responsibility, like the weight of the work that I was doing and how much reflection I was doing alongside like I'm doing with my clients. So that was pretty profound, and I was really confronting a lot too. And the cutting of threads, like that obsidian blade, was like cutting any threads that attached to me from clients that probably needed to cut, so I wouldn't be holding on to things and taking things home with me. So that was also just a lot of ethical and again shamanic responsibility on my part. The Tezcatlipoca wand was again reflection and shadow. The wand was used more for personal reflection, conscious and subconscious shadow work. The wand provided direction and empowerment. My capstone experience provided a blossoming vulnerability out of a death, feeling sacrifices, painful truths, traumas to confront, and finding the stars really in the dark in my experience. And Tezcatlipoca is a deity that reflects pain with purpose. And when I attended to my reflections, my clients seemed to benefit as well. My intuition sharpened and reflected just like obsidian. And also from the cave, from the shadows, the Tezcatlipoca wand possesses a tangible and psychic weight, and even makes a testament to the obsidian-like experience I have undergone at SWC and my capstone. They really mirrored each other. And now I will present my last piece. I feel so much connection with Quetzalcoatl spiritually, and I wanted to represent what is inside of me, outside of me, and to represent my body and capabilities and even boundaries when it comes to this work. This ritual embodiment of authenticity allowed me to witness the four-dimensional alchemy that occurs in session, and the mask empowers belief in myself. The process also made me respect and even my neurodivergence and how that is seen indigenously versus westernized, and how I view my practice now and in the future. Here, the mass explored the duality of the body and wearing the spirit on the outside versus like being seen on the inside. And also authenticity, really, like this intuitive process was validated by research. I did the research after, so that was actually pretty interesting. But also the mask really allowed me to practice cultural humility and ethical responsibility. The dual experience of healing myself and being a witness to the healing process of others and being an active agent of this alchemization, being aware of this duality reminded me of my personal and professional identities and how linked they are and how cultural reflexivity took place. Just because we didn't have the same beliefs, and I'm never pushing my beliefs, it just seems like I'm just informed by them and really bringing a whole holistic approach into my sessions. And the mask was actually really cool to find out that my ancestors did this to really bring out the traits of deities in their work and in their rituals. So I really felt transformed and really validated in spirit by my process. The Quetzalcoatl mask was one of empowerment, truly. And here, the capstone complemented my El Duende process. So these are my El Duendes. And I wanted to really embody a radical form of self-care, especially in the state of the world we are in now. And being myself is a protest. Being myself is a symbol of resistance because it always has been. Healing is resisting. Healing is breaking cycles. Healing is active awareness. My ancestors have done it before and they're calling loud again. This is how I have begun to actively re-indigenize myself and my practice. And here I want to share a timeline of my time at Southwestern and how my capstone really mirrored this. And last but not least, here I am as a shamanic warrior and curandera. Thank you so much as I become La Manik de Quetzalcoatl. And here are my resources that I utilized in my capstone. And again, thank you so much.